All right, well, welcome to the Let Her Eat podcast, episode number 7. 7,
I guess.
We've been doing this for almost 2 months.
Almost
2 months. It don't even feel like it.
The last two episodes have been our biggest ones, so.
Clayton Allen's still leading the way, though. Sorry, Brad. Clayton Allen's still been the most entertaining, but we got another guest this week. We're still 4 deep. We got Mr. Dillon Knight, king of Riverside, I guess, or the king of the fenders over at Riverside. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, excited to have you here. We usually start out going through like our weekends and stuff, and we obviously want to get to yours, get your thoughts on the Facebook 30. But so, Brad, how was your weekend?
Well, we went back up to Farmington Empire Speedway. I drove Peanut Campbell's car again, and they have listened to us about watering the racetrack, and I try not to complain. They watered the racetrack and got a little too much water on it. So when they went to pack it in, they got 3 and 4 packed in really good. The back straightaway still had about a foot off the bottom that wasn't packed in the same way in the bottom of 3 and 4. So early on it was a little bit slimy, but by the feature time it got pretty nice. It was pretty racy all the way around. We ran the same 2 tires again all night, so that was promising.
Yeah,
so
nice. Big improvements.
So yes, we ran
those
run
2
them
tires.
Again. Yeah, we run those 2 tires for 2 features now, no issues.
Yeah,
so they've really improved that. Maybe next time we can just get it packed all the way in. I mean, I'm trying not to complain, but you know.
Hey, I've been all for slick racetracks, but here lately, since tires keep going up, I think I'm kind of good with the wet racetracks lately.
Yeah,
it was nice. But we started on the front row outside the heat race and got out front in the heat, and the car was really nice. I was probably the most comfortable I'd been in it all year, or pretty much ever. Like, it was really fast, and in the heat races we had the fastest time of the whole evening at that point. So we were in the 3rd heat race, though, which means the best I could start was 3rd overall in the feature. Got a decent start, and I don't know if it was just dirty air or me not being able to run the car like I could in the heat race. It just, as soon as we went in the first corner, the thing just started diving on the right front, and this left rear was up in the air, and we didn't change anything really. Just moved the right rear out just a little bit, and really that was about the only change we made. It wasn't even nothing crazy, but the car just drove totally different in the feature, and I backed up to 6th and kind of floundered around for a little while, and I kind of started rolling the bottom a little bit, and it was way better on the bottom. I got back up to 5th and was kind of battling with Steven Russell for 4th, but you know, ultimately it ended up 5th. And
let Steven Russell beat you.
And I'm not saying. I mean, he's been good over there, and just I don't know. It was just a disappointing.
I'm just kidding.
I know. It's just a disappointing night. Like, I felt like we had a good shot at it, lining up 3rd. The track was pretty racy, and I don't know. Honestly, when I went in the first corner, I thought the right front shock had fallen off the car. That's the way it felt. Like, it felt like the shock was gone. So when we pulled in, like, I asked Pete, I said, is the shock still in the car? He was like, yep, it's still on there. And it's like, you know, you got the travel indicator on the shock.
Yeah.
The thing was all the way at the top, so it was just diving on the right front. We pulled the shock off, and we checked the gas, had gas in it. We didn't make any adjustments to it, same way it was in the heat race, but
I think the valves failed or something inside it.
That's what, something happened. Like, it felt like the shock really just took a shit on me. It didn't work the same, and so I don't know. We got to investigate some of that stuff.
Was it real rough? Did you say that?
It wasn't rough. I mean, going in 3 and 4 was my biggest issue, but you know how it kind of raises.
It was last year when we went. Remember that?
You know, kind of like, you know.
Well, you also didn't have a front tire, so that's going to add to it a little bit.
That's true.
And so, like, that was the only place that really felt weird to me. But in the heat race, I had no issue down there, so I don't know. We got to investigate that. And we got 2 weeks off, so hopefully we can get that squared away, because I feel like we're really, really close. I was probably the most comfortable I'd felt all year. And
I was going to ask you, so like, is the 410 now kind of, you're getting more used to it? You can
a little bit. I still struggle a little bit. I still have like 360 tendencies that I take to it. You know, just for instance, you know, trying to run the bottom. Like, in 360, like, I can just kind of drive it off in there, but then you can kind of let it unload. It'll still kind of maybe slide, but still stick. But if you unload that 410, it just unloads, and you just kind of slip across the track. Like, I'm having to, like, make myself really back the entry up so I don't get all the way out of the gas. I can kind of, because if you can pick the throttle up in that 410, it'll just stick. So I'm having to, like, really reteach myself or just trying to get rid of those tendencies that I have. And I don't know, I guess last year was just like a beginner's luck, and we felt really fast and comfortable. And then this year we took the LS out and put the all pro motor in. And I really feel like it drives different than the LS motor did. I kind of feel like I could drive the LS motor like my 360 a little bit more. And so I don't know. It's been a struggle though, for sure. And I don't feel super comfortable every time I go out there. Like
LS make a little less power.
No, it's about the same. It's just I don't know the way it hits and
Just
picks
where
up.
it makes it
The throttle
probably is the
response
difference.
feels way different, and it doesn't hit quite as hard as the all pro motor does. And so it's been an adjustment, and I'm slowly getting there. Like I said, we haven't got to race a lot this year either. We've been rained out so much. I've only gotten like 6 or 7 attempts at it. So
And you're going back and forth between 360 and 410.
Yeah,
that
so,
probably
I mean,
doesn't help.
It's been a struggle, but just trying to learn how to set it up and do the different things. And like I just really people just think it's a sprint car, just jump in it, and I've thought that too before. Like I was like, okay, it's a sprint car, but when I got in, I was like, okay, this is way different, and it is different. So yeah, I mean, it was disappointing, but we're just going to keep working at it. And we got the Queens Royal coming up in a couple of weeks, so I've got to figure it out quick. We got about one more opportunity. So, well, yeah, I know. I don't know. We just haven't had the same feel as I did last year. So we're still working at it.
Yeah, if you did it before, you can do it again. I told you that today. We was talking about going to Peavey this weekend, and I was like, well, we've done it. We've been there and made the show a bunch of times. I don't know why we couldn't go do it again, but
we'll see how it goes. And just thankful Peanut and them sticking with me and not getting upset when we go backwards. Flipping hot laps, that type of stuff. So
that's good.
But yeah, just real quick though, I would like to touch on the Farmington situation that I'm sure a lot of people have seen with the fight in the infield, or the scrap in the infield, whatever you want to call it. So I'm sure everybody's seen it getting passed around, and kind of wondering what may have happened or what led to that. Well, these two guys have had a beef with each other, I guess, for a couple of weeks. Well,
what's their names? Do we know?
One of last name, one of them's
I don't even know.
Colin Farmer, I think. I can't remember their names, honestly.
Come on, Dillon, this is your group.
I can't
You're the better guy.
I can't remember their names. But so like this kind of what led to all that is when we went to the drivers meeting that night, the track owner took front stage, and he come up and he pretty much told us like everybody's been sucking. We crashing each other, dragging out the show, and which is fine because we all bitch and complain all the time too. So if he wants to do it back, that's fine. So he pretty much told us, we've been sucking it up, and it was embarrassing to watch the last weekend, and it was embarrassing to have the fans watch that. And if you guys want to wreck each other all the time, well then that's fine. But I want y'all to get out and basically you're going to settle it on the front straightaway. And if you don't want to do that, shut up and start racing. Stop complaining. Stop bitching. And just handle it out here, or shut up and race. And he said, even if y'all do it, he's like, if it's a good one, I might even pay you $50. Like he said all that at the drivers meeting, and that was actually the first time I've ever seen somebody take him up on the offer.
I will say that is allegedly. Yeah. He allegedly said that.
Is that the first time? Is that the first time you've ever listened to a drivers meeting? Like actually listen?
Yeah, he caught my attention right off the bat.
That's probably the most interesting one.
When he come out there telling us how much we sucked, it kind of gets your attention. You're like, oh damn, okay. And so that's pretty much. So if you haven't seen it, you can just search Farmington Empire Speedway, and it's probably the first thing that'll pop up because the Bro Bible on Facebook has like 1 million followers. They picked it up and posted it, so it's been getting passed around everywhere. Although they have retracted their statement from the drivers meeting and saying maybe that's not the best policy going forward. So I don't think you'll see any more of that at Farmington, but it was entertaining and people seem to.
Could you imagine Pete? USCS or somebody coming out, all right, y'all sucked last week. We need to figure this out. Could you imagine, or an outlaw race or something like that?
Clayton could never do that.
I bet he could.
He probably. I'm sure he'd want to. I don't know if he.
I was going to say. Speaking of that, I think he probably wants to say that after.
I really bet he could. But
what do you think about the fighting? Like, should it be allowed? I know you said something about it's probably an insurance reason, but wouldn't it be better to just duke it out on the racetrack, get it over with, let boys have at it?
Definitely, it solves the problem of having massive brawls with crew members getting involved and all those things. Like, it's less chance of people getting hurt.
At the Chili Bowl, Matt Ward was open about it. Like, do not fight on the top of my ramp. You fight on the racetrack. We'll handle it down here. Don't fight in the pits, nothing. Just handle it down here.
I just don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with it. Like, it's entertaining and fans seem to love it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, here we go again. Like, this is
that's
gonna,
kinda how I
you
feel
know,
about it.
it's
I don't know. I mean,
It's fun to see somebody trade a couple licks, but it's like that there it turns into WWE. It almost feels like.
yeah, it's
I was thinking hockey. I mean,
it was
hey,
a lot like hockey,
that's what I'm
sure.
saying. Just get out, take care of it.
that's
Just like
how I
that.
have a love-hate relationship with it. Like, if it solves their issue and they never crash each other on the track again, like, I guess it's
That's what I'm saying.
I'd rather do that than
Instead of-
flipping
Instead of dragging it out, everybody. So I shared.
stacking on top of the other one 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I shared the post and on Facebook of what Farmington had said, and I said, should we allow this or should we not? Basically, everybody's like, yeah, just
yeah.
take care of it.
I think
Just take care of it.
overwhelming. Like, people were like, I like this. This is cool, but
Yeah.
you know,
Just have them sign a waiver at the beginning. If you fight it, they
Yeah, that's
it's insurance.
like-
What about you? What about you, Dillon?
Just
What do you
throw in
think?
some boxing gloves,
Yeah.
Drop them from the flag stand. Here you go, boys.
Yeah,
A little bit safer, yeah.
So who would you start some fights? Would you be in some fights if we done this?
probably so. Yeah, he's already mad at every weekend. Somebody wants to fight us.
People hate me.
Yeah, they hate a winner, don't they? They just want to
You
get
gotta be
out
doing something right for people to hate that bad.
Yeah, that cheating guy, man, that 64, he's just got that thing all cheated up. We're gonna go over there and take care of it. But hey, if you're getting paid for it,
Yeah,
yeah, well, win or lose, you're getting paid for it.
yeah.
I just don't see a problem with it personally. I just
I don't, but a waiver probably would be a good idea if you're going to advertise doing it from your driver's meeting. Allegedly.
I did for Farmington. You guys just print out a waiver and let's get this solved, and you can let them have at it if they want.
I don't know. It might be a little. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to. You couldn't have some 40-year-old guy start to fight an 18-year-old kid either. I guess.
Why not? He's a grown man racing.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if it was a 16-year-old.
but
No,
Imagine.
but an
imagine,
18-year-old? Shoot.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody. Like, imagine somebody Hadley's size and because Hadley's the smallest person here.
But those
Should learn
two
to
dudes
drove
kind
better.
of looked like they were Hadley size out there.
Did they? Well,
Taking away, man.
I'm just trying to think of somebody that's big. But you know
I was
what?
like,
I
it
can't
was
even think
probably-
anybody big.
It was probably the best racetrack fight I've ever seen. Like, it was actual.
Oh, yeah, it was
they were
actual.
actually throwing fists and connecting. You know,
Yeah.
like one fell to his knee and
Yeah.
got back up. It wasn't just a bunch of wrestling around. They were actually swinging on each
Yeah,
other.
usually all the fights we
There
just
was
either
some-
hugging and
Real animosity
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
built up for sure. That
There
was
was-
not put. That was not like a Bowman Gray put
Yeah.
on thing. Like, there was really some hatred
Yeah, I
there
was gonna say, they really
in
hate
that fight. There wasn't no wrestling around and having the cops break it up and all that stuff. Like, that was a real fight.
to me, it's better than having it in the pit area. You got all these people around. Just have you 3 or 4 officials right there.
Yeah.
One of them hits the floor. Hey, just go ahead and pull them apart. Hey,
You won. Whoever hit the floor lost. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep. Talking
Done,
shit,
no
and go
rest.
home.
get you $50.
Yeah. At least you get to wipe your blood off your chin with your $50 bill.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, I'm good. I'm good with it.
What was funny about the video were the people like screaming in the stands. Like, it was terrible.
yeah. Well, it was
They think
probably
it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was probably
You got it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
yeah, it was probably the families or something. I don't know. I feel like your hardcore race fan would be like thrilled. Like, y'all are actually gonna let this happen? Because you don't. It's not very common. I mean, usually their official. One guy gets out of the car, just like some guy got mad at Marshall at the Hodnett or whatever. And I mean, the first thing officials over there like trying to get him back. They ain't even got to Marshall yet.
That's when I asked about it. That's what Brandon, which helps in the car. He said, "Oh yeah, apparently they got to a fight on the track or something." And I was just thinking, okay, typical deal. Well, then I was just looking at my phone and somebody posted a video. I was like, oh shit! I was like, no, that was a fight. That was no game.
Yeah, they wasn't mouthing, they wasn't hugging, they was actually throwing them.
And I was like, okay, that was a real fight.
We'll send you the video. But no, you got the video because we're all in the same group, so you got it, so you can post it. But man, yeah, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
So is there anybody fighting at Riverside on Friday night?
Or Saturday night?
Saturday night? I don't think we had any fights Saturday.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it as much junk was going on during that
Well, I say
that feature.
I got to go up in the flag stand, so I had a pretty interesting weekend. I didn't race either, but I actually had a different weekend. But I had a blast. I got to go up the stands, or not the stands, go up the flag stand.
Facebook 30.
Yeah, this is the Facebook 30 at Riverside.
I think we forgot to mention it in the last one. I think we didn't mention it to the very end. So
We did mention it in the last
I think it was
one. We
like
made
the very
sure
end, but like
that we were going, or
That was actually happening. Like the
Oh,
way
oh.
I mean, I know we talked about the voting process, but basically the Facebook 30 race is where
Yeah.
everybody voted on who raced
Well, which class race? The late model.
and the payout and the format. They got to vote on all that stuff. Well, that racing happened this weekend, and y'all went over there.
Yeah. It was me, Will, and Bo, and I never even got to see Bo. Bo was in the stands on the back straightaway. But I went in the infield a lot, got some footage down there, and got to talking to Lynn Neal and a couple other people, and then Michael Moore went and tore the fence down in turn 1 in the Vroom race.
I saw you working on the fence. So, like, did you volunteer to go down there and do track? I knew you had talked about it, but then I saw you working on the fence.
I had been telling Tommy for 2 weeks. I'm like, if I'm not racing, I will come down there and help.
He's turned a new leaf. He's trying to give back to the community.
I think ever since Clayton got on here and gave his opinion, I thought, I've never been on that side of things, so I'm more interested to see their point of view on things. And so I thought, well, if I'm not racing, I wouldn't mind going and just seeing how it works. It's just, get it from Jeremy's point of view or Anthony's or Brad's or just whoever, I still hadn't made it up to the box yet. I would like to do that. But yeah, the fence got tore down, so I'm over there. And Alberto, I learned that he's the guy that he's working on the fence, okay? And he's the one giving orders. And he's over there with a 9/16 wrench. You got this clamp holding a post on to the fence, and there's two nuts sitting there holding that clamp, and they got one lone 9/16 wrench, and it's not even a ratchet wrench. They're trying to get them 2 nuts off. I'm like, has anybody got an impact?
If you were wondering why it took so long to get the fence up on Saturday night at Riverside.
Yeah,
That is part of it.
well, that's because I'm over there doing this with a
A
wrench.
welder running
trying-
fast too.
Yeah, I started to say, get that
a little bit of something.
the welder wouldn't start. I told him, I said, why don't you hand me that cutting wheel? I'll just cut this sucker off. We can go get another one faster. We can do this. But yeah, I got firsthand experience on helping fix the fence a little bit. But I mostly just stood there and watched because I didn't really know what to do. I know that one guy, he got tired of sitting there trying to get that nut off. I just give it here, I'll do it. So I just sat there and got it off myself. But I told him to take pictures and put it on social media so that I had proof that I was down there helping.
Thought the Chaz was up.
Oh, shut up. Oh,
So let's get to it. We started talking about that. I think there was a little scuffle in the mods. In one of the mod races, one of the guys drove off, or I guess in the feature, one of the guys drove off the track, and somebody was back there, and he shoved the right rear fender. I don't know, and then a few minutes later, people were running around to the backside, over there to turn 4 pits. I don't know whatever came out. I don't know if that was.
that's what I started saying earlier was when I was at the flag stand, I saw blue lights going through the back straightaway, and you probably saw the cops back there.
I think that was over someone going in the girls' bathroom. That was a guy.
oh yeah,
That's what that was over.
We didn't know that. We didn't know
Funny.
that. Okay.
My wife looked into that, and it was a woman, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, there's trannies at Riverside now. Is that what you're trying to say to me right now?
Somebody just thought that somebody was a man, and she
Oh.
wasn't. So,
Oh, nice.
At least, yeah.
Oh my God!
It was.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
That's pretty wild.
I don't even know what to say.
I was actually down there. I know
Story
this
gets
is not,
crazier as
this is not race related, but let's go ahead and talk about it. No, so my wife is pregnant, so
Oh,
we make regular trips to the bathroom. We're down there, and Hannah goes in, and one of the women up top hollered down at me, and she's like, "I think there's a man in there." I'm like, "Not with my wife." Then Hannah walks out, and we asked her. We said, "Was there a man in there?" And she said, "I don't know." The woman up top's like, "There's a man in there." I'm like, "I'm gonna go in there and find out if there's a man in there." She's like, "No, I think there's a woman in there too." I was like, "Okay." Well, Hannah said, "I'll go back and look." So she walked in and looked, and the man was supposedly wearing an orange shirt. Well, there was a woman in there wearing an orange shirt, and she was not very manly. She looked like a woman, so not really sure.
Well, I saw you for like 6 hours yesterday. You never brought this up?
I forgot all about it, to be honest.
How do you forget that there's a tranny at Riverside? How do you forget that?
There was a guy in there. There was 3 of us sitting there outside the door, ready to go. If there was a guy in there, we didn't need no cop. I don't know when the cops got there, but anyway, that's what happened with that. No man. It was a woman.
Wow.
Somebody might have they might have had their beer goggles on or something and thought a dude was in there.
Goggles that goes the other way. They look prettier.
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I don't even know where to go from here. That kind of threw me off. I didn't.
Well, let's get into that feature because the whole thing was
Well,
a
we got
Facebook
the-
30.
we got the winner.
We
of
got the
feature.
winner here.
Is here. That's why we wanted to bring him on. But so tell us your point of view from the race. Like, tell us about your night.
Tell us all about it from the
Hold on.
beginning, Dillon.
I want to ask one question first, though. I saw it on Facebook. Tell us about the car you won in first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I come across this car on Marketplace, and I've always liked swing arm cars. So I decided, well, let's just take a chance, and luckily I got the guy down on the price, about $800, which I got at home. It's a little bent up. Rear clip was a little over on it, but I threw it together anyways. Put a motor and transmission, put my shocks on it, and we struggled the first few weeks with the car. And then we turned around and I changed the setup back to what it calls for the car. And first night out in it, we win this race.
Really?
$800 chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won 2,000. That's a pretty good investment. I'd say.
Yeah.
Cheating, ain't you?
Yeah.
So you said you drove it before though? So where
Yeah,
was you
we
racing it at?
raced it at Riverside at least 2 times.
Oh, okay.
But we struggled.
This year?
It's real tight this year, yeah. Getting up
Okay.
year.
I thought you just picked it up and put it together and went over there.
No, yeah. I mean, it sounded a lot better that way.
Yeah.
You could have told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I say you could have told us that. We wouldn't have known no different.
But
So, like, tell us about your night, like, from your point of view.
well, I got out there at a hot lap, and the car felt great. So I was like, well, we can do pretty good in this qualifying. So we got out there and qualified, and then we set the fastest time.
Have you ever qualified before? Like,
Yeah, with the comp cams.
'cause it's different when you qualify. Like, it's
Oh, it
a
is.
different type of pressure, and you got to hit 2 good laps.
Yeah.
And it's a different type.
And I was the first one to qualify, so I didn't know
Oh,
where to
that
go
really
when I'm
sucks.
done, And
That really sucks.
Was the track still slick in qualifying?
it was actually decent. It was coming apart a little bit, but it was still pretty fast. And I qualified quick time, and then they decided there was another car that qualified, and he qualified second to me. And they decided to let him requalify, which I understand his thoughts of it, but in my eyes, he shouldn't have got to requalify.
What
What was that for?
I'm guessing they think that it was a car that was in front of him, but it was at the flag stand when he was coming out of 3. But I seen him bobble there because I was watching it the whole time, and he bobbled there. I was like, oh, I got him. I'm good. So I guess he went and complained about it, and they decided to give him another lap, and that knocked me off.
No. Well, I'll have to ask some questions. Hey, why don't we just call the man? Why don't we just I don't know. 748. If I called him right now, he probably wouldn't even answer the phone.
So, but he still qualified second.
No, he qualified. He knocked it off after they gave.
Well, I'm saying, but
Yeah.
when he complained, he was still second overall.
I don't know why he complained.
Yeah.
Like
Still sitting pretty there. Yeah.
Y'all qualified early though, so he had.
Yeah, well, actually, he got to qualify after everybody ran.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the track was knocked off.
He didn't know if he was going to be second or not by the time.
Yeah.
well, my thing is I've never known anybody to get a second chance.
Yeah.
That-
I mean, one thing we'll have to look and see. I mean, that car. If there was a car at the flag stand and there's not supposed to be one, I don't know. Cut him some slack. But if everybody else had a car at the flag stand too, then it really don't matter.
I would be real curious to ask some folks that question for real, because I've never known anybody to get a second chance. Unless it was like a legitimate reason.
Well, we had one of the guys
transponder.
And we had one of the guys in last week. He seemed to he calls it pretty fair. I mean, he did disqualify another
Yeah.
driver this week for the same thing that happened
Yeah.
to Tucker
Twice.
last week.
Happened twice.
Yeah, it happened twice.
Yeah, that was the 14 broom car didn't stop for the red, and they disqualified him. So he stuck by, and I watched him come out of the flag stand and go down there and tell that guy. I said, "Man, look, I done disqualified 2 people. I can't. You can't be doing that."
Yeah.
So I mean,
After talking to him last week, I feel like his goal is to call the most fair race that he can, and I trust him.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how it feels from your side. It kind of feels like you cheated out of a little bit of a spot there.
It paid off in the end.
It did.
Yeah.
It
So
did.
they because with the heat races, they got voted in that it would line up heads up, right?
no, they did the.
we did a
they
card
the,
draw.
They did the. Was it called the dirty?
Well, the restart.
Dirty Dixie.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah, I'm talking about the
restart.
like the
Yeah.
initial. It was heads up, right? So you
Yeah.
got to start on the front row
Yeah.
anyway. So right. Okay.
And of the dash that we had, and you had to draw your position of the dash with a card,
Yeah.
and then you got to pick your card, and you had to hand it to who you wanted to start to.
Yeah, the dirty draw.
So you
Yeah.
got to start on the front row of the heat race, though, right?
Yeah, I started on front row inside with Ashley Newman. Ashley Newman won that one, and I finished second behind him. And then we had to do the draw stuff, and I went backwards in it, and then
Who
jumped up
gave
at
you?
the top.
Who gave you your draw? Who was it? Where'd you start?
I think
Remember?
it was fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah, or third. No, it's third row Enzo, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Outside second.
I raced so many cars, I forget where I saw it.
You're always on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get in it and go, you know.
Yeah. I get it. I'm the same way. So feature time. I don't know how many cautions it was. It was a lot. So like, what are you riding around thinking this whole time?
I just prayed that the fuel would say I'm out. I didn't want to run out of fuel. That was my main concern.
Can you save fuel?
Well, the car started running hot, so I had to put it down in low and make the fan turn a little and try to cool the car back down because it's a little fat and it makes the car build up a little too much temperature than I like. So, but doing that, it makes it burn more fuel. So I tried not to do that, and I was like, I just got to make it through. Sure enough, we made it through, but I ain't checked it yet. I'm pretty sure it's probably down there at the bottom.
Yeah. So you went on, you win the race. You think you led just about every lap, if not all the laps, didn't you?
Yeah, I believe if I'd have about 3 more laps, I probably would have lapped all of them.
Yeah. I'm about to say you smoked them.
Yeah.
Yeah, once it got.
So-
Well, I will say, once you got down to only 5 cars behind you, you really made some. There wasn't nobody messing.
Yeah, and I didn't have to go around all the lap
Yeah,
cars.
you
That
didn't
was the
go
main
around.
thing.
Junk. That was a lot of y'all caught the junk quick.
Yeah.
Whenever all the front runners caught the junk quick the junk was junk on Saturday night. I hate to say it, but that was
Tell us how you really feel.
golly. I'd rather watch the stock cars run. I'm a stock car guy, but late models are supposed to be better than stock cars, and people were leaving in the late model.
Oh yeah,
And
I was looking up,
And they moved it up. They moved it up 2 features.
Yeah. because I was already in the modified. They made me get out of the modified and get in the late model.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Somebody pulled your modified down there
Yeah.
right after Victory Lane.
Yeah,
It didn't help though that we knocked the fence down and it took an hour and a
It
half
didn't,
to get
which-
back going.
I wasn't even judging on that. I've been to Riverside plenty of times and seen the fence down plenty of times, and it always takes a long time. I don't think anybody that goes to Riverside is worried about fence time that much, just because when it happens, it's going to be a minute.
I was actually happy with the time we were making because it was 9 o'clock and the features were starting, and I'm like, okay, we're good.
And we still got out. I mean,
It still wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as last week.
midnight. We didn't leave.
The Honda wasn't. The Honda was worse.
Yeah, that was terrible. We didn't start running features till like 11 o'clock, but they were all fantastic features, so I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, the fence repair is what slowed down the night so bad. I think otherwise a lot more people would have stuck around.
I don't think so, man. When you can't get, we did 4 starts before we got 1 lap logged.
and then they went single file.
And then they had to go single, or they made the decision to go single file just so we could get the
Without
first
making
lap
a lap.
logged. And then from there on, by that time, there was only, I think we were down to 12 or 13 cars out of 19. I think 19 were signed up and to race. 18 made the show. And then by the time we got a lap log, there was 13 cars on it. And the time we finished, there was 6 cars.
Yeah.
It just was not.
From yours,
My wife was ready to leave.
Yeah. The right.
I was kind of ready to leave.
As
It
a
was
fan,
just.
it really was.
But
not
tell us how it felt from your
It doesn't help
seat.
that-
You kill
I
them
mean,
all.
if I wasn't winning the race, I probably would have pulled in, clicked that $200, and put it on the trailer. You know.
Yeah.
well, like from your seat though, we see the late models like from the stands, and it looks really tight. From like inside the car, does everything feel really tight? Like, is it big enough to run late models on there with a lot of cars?
Well, I mean, when the track gets like that, like it did at Riverside, you got cars that try to go in hot, like they think the track's still hooked up, and then it gets a little away from them, and then they can't keep the car under them, and then next thing you know, it's just a pileup.
Yeah.
That's really all it was. It wasn't anybody. When I say it was junk, people. It's not like people were just being retarded out there. They were racing, but it is like they go in a little hot and they get too far out, and then nobody's going to give anything up in that moment, so they're just going to hit the quarter and spin them out.
Because I saw the track was real slick. It's not like it was real fast, rough, or anything like that. And I thought, okay, well, these guys got to move around. They're able to move around. So
Yeah.
I thought it would be a better race, but it just, you stank up the show. That didn't help none. Yeah, leading every lap and just killing everybody. But just, I don't know. It just wasn't very entertaining. And I'll throw Tommy under the bus. It was really funny. I don't know if you heard it on the PA, but during one of the many cautions that they had, Tommy said, well, if we do another Facebook 30, I wonder if we're going to vote for late models again,
I just wonder that too, and we won't get into that yet because Dillon still got stuff to say about the race, but I got stuff to say about that too.
Oh, so what's your opinion about the Facebook 30? I know the late models got voted, but what do you think about all this?
To be honest with you, I didn't even vote for any of it. I just whatever get. I mean, 'cause I got a car and just about all of them. It's a sprint car, so whatever they voted, I was just going.
A good shot at it.
Yeah. And
do you think it was? I mean, set aside that the late model race wasn't fantastic by any means, but like, do you think it's something that we should keep doing? Is it something they should push? Is it something we should not worry about?
I mean, it gets the fans involved with it, so I think it does help the track a little, and it helps bring more spectators to the sport. But yeah, I think it helps, but there needs to be some changing up a little bit, do it in a different way.
I kind of feel the opposite because I don't think it helped.
I think it helped. Me and Brandon have already talked about this. I think it helped great with Facebook interaction.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that voted on that. Matter of fact, I really think negatively of it because of how many people voted on Facebook for late models, and then there was not that many people in the stands on Saturday night.
It was definitely a little drier than I thought it would be, than I'd hoped.
Yeah.
And I talked to Clayton a little bit, and when I first walked up, and he was like, we're pushing on 98 won the max. Got all these people on Facebook, voting in on this race, talking about this race, and then he just points up and he's like, look at the stands.
Yeah, it was pretty pitiful. And that's not on Clayton. I'm not talking bad about Riverside at all here because they did everything they could to get butts in the seats. But y'all didn't show up. And I'm not talking to y'all because we've already talked about all of our listeners.
You, Hadley. You didn't show up.
All of our listeners were probably there for the most part.
I actually think that most people that voted were probably the drivers, the teams, their families. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I've had
wouldn't-
multiple people tell me, "Hey, I voted for this," and then they just, okay, which one I need to click on? They was asking me,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, pick whatever you want because I'm gonna run
Which
in
one would
any
you
of
like
them.
to kill them in this weekend, huh? That's. But yeah, I just don't. I think it was a good idea. It was a good try. Just didn't work. I wouldn't expect every idea to work.
Yeah.
So I think it was. I think it was a good shot, I guess, but it didn't work.
I think it was a good thing. I would just like to see more people show up.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more people. If you voted and you didn't show up, I'm not going to start calling names, but I've got a list of people. You know who you are. But if if you're going to vote for something like that and put your input, especially if you're going to vote for a class that doesn't put on a good show and never has at Riverside, not really. But I'm not.
I mean, has it?
I mean, it's been some that's put on a decent show over there, but it's
far, few and far between.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it, at the very least, just show up.
Yeah.
Show up and support, even if you don't know anybody. If you voted, and I sent it to my family that lives far away, so I'm not talking to those folks because they don't live anywhere close to here. But if you're close, go.
I'm biased, but I still had a good time. Talked to a lot of people. It's just fun to go anyway. Just the atmosphere. It's just a good time. It always is a good time. So I get the whole. We've talked about this numerous times. We talk about streaming and everything. How is it hurting the sport or is it not? But I enjoy going to the racetrack. I like the atmosphere, and I think we need to find a way. So I went on. I think I told y'all this. I know I told you this, but I went TikTok live while I was in the flag stand. And to me, when you're watching just a regular race broadcast, you don't get the feel. You don't feel like you're there, kind of thing. But I was literally on the flag stand, and I'm seeing all action right in front of me, and I got a lot of positive reaction on that live. And maybe we just need to look at it a different way. Maybe we just need to approach these races a different way and try to give people a new perspective, make them feel like they're there. Maybe they'll want to come. Like, we need to make it exciting enough that I want to be there. Yeah, I can watch at home, but I want to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought that live done it. I thought the live was a good thing, and some people may disagree with it, but I don't know.
I think just the heat wave that we had probably deters people from coming, but can't really schedule around that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't know when a heat wave is coming, but I
Well,
think that played a factor.
I was thinking about that on the way down there. I thought, well, do I want to start earlier so that I get to go home at a decent time, or do I want to start later but then complain about because I'm getting home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? So it's kind of like
It wasn't bad once we got there. It wasn't bad.
well, it wasn't bad when I got there because I showed up literally at feature time because I knew I wouldn't burn up, but I still had a great time. All right, we had to have a caution because Will had changed batteries on the GoPro. So, but anyway, what did you said you wanted to ask?
I will say to Brad's comment about, kind of both y'all, what you just said a minute ago, the fact that people were asking him what they should vote for, that is cool, and that's what's going to get people to the track. Because if you know a guy and you say, hey, what do you want me to vote for, that is going to get people to the track. So if we can encourage that, find a racer and ask them what they want to race, and then next time it comes up, hopefully it comes up again. I think it was a good idea. Hopefully it comes up again, but let's do a better job of finding what we want to race. Do not vote for late models, stock cars. Speaking of stock cars,
He disagrees with you.
I do want to ask you about the stock car race because, let's just, 82 is 2 weeks in a row back to back. But if I'm not mistaken, y'all went into 1 and 2, and he ran his car up on the start. He ran his car up just a little bit, and you had to slide up the track just a hair, and you got in that wall. Tell us what result came of that and how you felt.
It was a great start. He had a better start than I did, and we drag raced down the straightaway, and I wasn't giving up. I was going off in there as hard as I had to, and so was he. And he was committed. I was committed, and he may have bumped me, but I didn't feel like I got bumped. I went in and I skated through the corner and jumped the cushion. Right rear hit the wall, and I could feel it going down, and I just did what we could do with it.
I didn't see any contact, but I did see him slide up, and I think it was just good racing. Yeah. It might have been, he might have thought about easing up just to put you up a little bit, but when you jumped that curve, I was like, ooh, I wonder what he's feeling right now. And then that car started smoking. You did get out on him. It actually, I can't remember if it was 3 and 4 that one or if it was 1 and 2 again, but you got the real estate on him and made the pass, and then you were running off with it, but that tire just started smoking and ended up getting cut down.
Then I tried to slow down because I knew if I went to the infield, they wouldn't throw a caution. So I decided to go up in the cushion, and then I got clobbered up there. So then it knocked the left rear off, went off, and we just didn't have enough time to get it all changed. But that was the stock car.
You tried to pull the Prairie Dirt Classic and get your caution thrown.
That was my favorite race of the night, I think. The mods had a good race too, but that was
a good race.
That one was my favorite race.
Yeah.
But I'm a stock car guy.
Should look at the results. Who won the mod race?
Well, it was who? Do you know who was it?
The 72 Caden.
Yeah, it was a wife and a husband that finished 1 and 2.
Yep.
And it was really good. It was really funny. Brad McCarver, she gets out in Victory Lane. He looks. I didn't know it was a girl. It was funny, but she did an awesome job. I thought both of them really did.
They were fast. I ran behind them for a few laps, and then the car just kept getting super tight, and then I lost the position, and had to get back around them, and then a lap car got in between us, and broke the right rear shock off, but still wound up third. But they were super fast.
So out of all three, like, which one's your favorite and why? Like, which one would you prefer? Like, if you had to race only one, which one do you race?
Well, I've raced everything just about. Even had a sprint car at one time. But
I was going to get to that.
And to me and my dad built that stock car from ground up. So I like stock cars.
One thing
Ain't
I'm
nothing
curious
like
about
them.
is
Ain't nothing like them.
what does a weekly maintenance program look like for you with 3 cars? Like, how do you have a day set aside for each one?
It's tough because we have 9 total cars.
Yeah.
So it's hard to keep up with everything. The ones we normally race. So on like Sunday, we wake up Sunday morning and it's hot right now. So we'll go out there and we open the trailer up, let it cool off. we unload one car and pull it over there and start washing it. And then, each day, like right now, I still got 2 in the trailer. We ain't even unloaded yet. But the late model's ready to pull back in the shop and get it ready for this weekend. And which we've got a lot of stuff to do. We got to change a radiator. We got to change jets. We got to put bodies on all the cars back together.
Oh yeah.
Because they're all tore.
I was going to say,
up.
how often are you doing that? You got to be pretty good at
you
that.
do body work every
much
week.
time.
I go to work, and when I get off work, it's race cars until you go to bed.
Yeah,
So,
man. Yeah, that's got to be a ton of work. I mean, just one car, just one is sprint car. I mean, and we don't even have the maintenance you guys have.
and we're still not on top of everything. We just make do with what we got. And there's stuff you miss.
How many of you is it? Like, how many of you is working on this?
Well, right now it's just me and my dad and Michael O. He's one of our guys that helps us a lot, and we have people come in and out every so often that help, But most of the time it's just me and my dad doing everything, and I have Justin.
Michael's there to talk and keep y'all
Yeah.
company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's there. He's there for moral support.
Yeah. He'll get them all stirred up before
Yeah.
it's over with.
Not him. Not him. Man, I don't know how you do it. That is a lot. So I want to ask you about the sprint car. So didn't you buy McCord's? You guys got one of McCord's old race cars.
Yeah.
So whatever. Like, what made y'all decide to do that? What made you decide that you wanted to race a sprint car?
I just decided one day that I've drove every car out there except for a sprint car. I was like, well, let's try it just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
And pretty much, I mean, I did it. We didn't have the best of everything. The first thing we didn't get Mr. McCord's car. We got the other boy that drives the 14 305 that used to run over a lot. Lives in Ripley.
Talking about Ryan Roy?
Yeah.
Oh,
We had one of his old cars.
Really?
And I could never get the brakes to work on it, or, it was,
tough to drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we got rid of that one, bought Mr. McCord's car.
Okay.
And it was a good car. We didn't have the technology, and we couldn't spend our money on all these other cars and make that car great, which, is part of it. If you can't afford to race everything. So I told my dad, we did good one night. We went to 104, and then I flipped up there, and we destroyed the car, and it was like $10,000 to get everything back going. I said, nope, I'm done. That's not for me,
So, man, what was your? Was it? So I would imagine pretty much the wing sprint car is the only thing that lays left, and you drive with the left rear basically.
Mhm.
So, like, you're so used to driving off the right side. What was that like? Like,
it was different. It was a lot different. It was a game changer for me. Because it took me back to the go-kart days, where you had to drive through the corner. I'm so used to driving in the corner, having to set the car up, and it's just different.
You got to drive it in like deeper.
Yeah.
you almost. I watched Bergman one night. This is when it started clicking for me. I watched Bergman at Cotton Bowl one night, and he would not lift until he was past the center of the corner, and then he would start to roll out, get it back straight, and then roll back in it.
Yeah.
And that was really when it started to click for me. Like, man, I ain't driving the corner hard enough. Because for me, I was opposite. Like, I grew up with roll out early, get it centered, like you said, get it set up for that corner, and then roll back in the gas. Like when I got in a sprint car, my driving style did not fit it whatsoever because what I was taught was so backwards from it. So I had to basically like relearn how to drive.
Oh, it is, and that's what threw me off so bad. I wasn't ready for that, and it took me a while to get used to it. And by the time I got used to it, I just said I can't afford this.
Would you ever do it again?
Somebody offered it.
Yeah, I've had people offer me to drive their cars, and my wife, we got a baby now, and she's like, I don't want you in a sprint car. So I just
I'm about to say,
said, well, I'll stick with the cars I got then.
I'll tell you something Kenny Schrader told me a long time ago. I was only in mini sprints. I wasn't even in the sprint car yet. And I stand up there at the fence, and I saw him, and I was like, hey, Mr. Kenny, can I get, you got any advice, He's like, take up golf. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we talked a little more, and I'm like, how come you quit racing sprint cars and stuff? He said, I got smarter. Okay. So he did not tell me anything like I thought he would. So apparently we're pretty stupid. And we probably are. Going back to like Eldora, we were talking about Eldora last week. We are probably pretty ignorant. Really.
It's been a bad stretch for sprint cars, even over the weekend. Brianna Lawson got hurt up in North Carolina. She broke her back. Justin Grant broke his foot last night. So it's like it's been a
Dang, I hadn't even heard about that one.
broke his foot last night in Lawrenceburg. So Brianna Lawson, she got hurt over the weekend. So it's been a bad couple of weeks for sprint car racing.
And you don't ever hear do you ever really hear anything about that with late models or the modifieds?
Not really. I mean, they don't get as much action as sprint cars do, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna flip a lot more than open wheel car.
I don't know. I saw one flip under caution last week. That was pretty entertaining.
He had a little help with that one.
He did. He had some help, but I had no idea you could flip a car over that just like that, especially going, 10, 15 miles an hour under a caution.
I've seen it happen at Riverside the same way.
Yeah.
It's been years ago, but I've seen it happen. That same exact thing happen.
Have you ever just wanted to do that? You
Yeah.
got fenders. I mean, you can. Like, have you ever just wanted to do that?
I've had my share of wanting to do stuff
Yeah.
and doing it.
And doing it. How long you been racing now?
Well, I started racing when I was 4, and I raced go-karts for a good while, and I raced dirt bikes, and then finally I got hurt in dirt bike racing, so I decided, no, this ain't for me. I'm gonna go back to racing cars.
Yeah.
And we built our first stock car. I ran it at Harrisburg. Was the first track I ran it in a big car. And my dad put me at the rear, and that first night, I come from the rear up to 5th. He's like, "Oh, we got this. We're good now."
Yeah.
So I raced 2 more times at Harrisburg, did good, and he had a super late model at the time. I said, "I want to drive that car." So he put me at the rear at Riverside one night, and I come all the way back up through there at Riverside, same thing. I think I finished like 4th or 5th that night, and from then on out, I've just been hooked on,
Yeah.
like anything else.
You said you played other sports though, like it just never wanted to pursue it. Just racing was it.
Yeah,
basically.
Once you sit in them seats and start turning them wheels
I
and
agree.
getting to hear the motor and feel it under you, it's hard to step away from that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know. There was just something. It's so much to me. It's so much harder. At least if you go play for a ball team, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. You could have a mediocre, bad day, whatever. Your team can carry it. You can still win.
All right, Denny Hamlin.
What?
Get off on this.
What do you mean? It's true.
That seems to be the topic of conversation a lot lately in the NASCAR world about people crying about not being able to
Everybody's
win.
signing off
There
now.
goes
Yeah.
Turkey.
Yeah. You know I had to bring it up.
Before we talk
You know I
about
had to bring it
NASCAR,
up.
let me ask the one
That's
question.
all I was going to say. Just to
I
be
want to
clear.
ask the one question that everybody really wants to know about here tonight, and that is, what's happened to night vision? Night racing. The videos were entertaining as hell. That was the place I would go to watch the stock cars, the modifieds, whatever was going on. If folks don't know, his wife Beth filmed them, and it was entertaining. The most entertainment you're going to find. What happened to night racing?
Well, I mean, you just get the fans that are not very happy with the videos, which you got to kind of overlook that, but sometimes you can't. And then then you relate that to your wife, and she's like, I can't control what she says,
Right.
and people don't understand that,
right.
And I'm not gonna get on to her for that because she loves racing.
I'll say, I mean, she goes to war for her mans. That's for sure.
And he talks bad about me, and these people don't even realize that. They look over that. Like, she's saying how bad of a driver I am. You're not a bottom feeder. And people are like, no.
Mess up, she
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, that's because I was going to look through and try to find some clips. I later, well, they're all gone. What happened to them? And I was really sad.
And I know in the moment what you did, but
yeah.
after on the
I
way
don't know
home,
when I get out of that car, she's gonna say, "What the f was that?" So,
You had to watch them on YouTube.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah, you got to watch it along with everybody else, didn't you?
The only thing that slowed that down, we had a baby, and when we first started the nights racing videos, she was able to sit up there in the bleachers and have a good time, and this, that, and the other. So it kind of fed the videoing.
Yeah.
But now it's you're holding a baby up there, and then you got people that are down there watching you and looking back up there, waiting for you to make say something that you shouldn't be saying. So it's just a lot of drama now.
Yeah, well, we're gonna miss it. It was entertaining.
It was pretty entertaining.
I even had the distinct honor of being part of one, and I was in a sprint car, and I was very honored to be a part of it.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, when I drove Ronnie Howard's car, we had matching cars, and I was winning, and I passed Ronnie, and we went all around.
Yeah.
Well, then Chad Jones, Derek was in Chad's car.
This was the night it got hot, or
Yeah, it was during the Sammy Eddie race,
Yeah, yeah.
and I was winning that one. We had matching cars, and Derek passes me because I don't know. She was filming, I guess, for people to watch. I don't know, but Derek laps Ronnie. And she thought it was me in there, and she was very excited that I just got passed by Derek. I was like, I made it on the night vision. I was very happy about that. I was like, I love that. Oh yeah, I just had to mess with you about that. That was always, I loved watching those videos on Sunday. It was always entertaining.
Well, I don't want to just necessarily back up, but like, do you think it's okay for us to stream, like do our own Facebook lives and things like that? Because I know that we've had the conversation on here like whether or not we should do it or not because we want fans to come. So like, I didn't know if maybe that fueled any of that for you guys or anything like that. Or
Well, I mean, it's hit or miss like anything else.
well, I'm saying, does anybody ever say, "Well, I can just watch it at home. I can just stay home and watch it now that she's going to be"?
Well, I think most people are going to watch the races, and they want to watch that for the commentating, of what's getting said about people, But I mean, either way, I'm gonna rewatch videos after I race because, like, I've done watched the late model race about 50 times since I've ran just to see where the marks and what I was doing wrong. And
yeah, that's what we started. Like, I still film mine, but I just take the videos and put them together, and I started to kind of put mine on YouTube like after the fact because I had people tell me, like, I had a long time guy that would come to races all the time. Well, he just started staying home and watching my Facebook Live. So when they started talking about that, I just stopped doing it. Just kind of filmed it and put them out later on, which I mean, I can't stop everybody from doing it if I was just one person, but that was just, I think it does hurt a little bit, but I don't know. Local racing, you still, even if we're on Facebook Live and you still have Dirt Vision Flow putting stuff out every Friday, Saturday night, so people are going to stay home and watch that stuff sometimes too.
Yeah, but like typically, if you're watching it from hours and hours away. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing where if we're not able to watch who we want to watch, if when the big shots come to town, we're going to the track. But we do like to watch them run on, every other night.
Well, I mean, to me though, what I was talking about, like the atmosphere, like, man, I've watched so many races. I'll be watching outlaw race. And I'm like, man, I wish I was there. Man, but maybe it's just because I've been to so many and I've been a part of it that I feel like I know what I'm missing. But I just think that they do a good job, at least of making, giving you that same feel, or making you want to be there at least. And that's what I'm saying. I kind of wish we could do the same thing. We need yeah.
We need people to be able to watch us when we're not at home, so they can come watch us when we are at home. Just come to the track and do it. I think it'll end up working good. I think it'll end up. I mean, you race at Farmington like every other week, and that's a long drive for a local to go watch you run. So, but if you come to Riverside, a lot of those people that are going to watch you are going to come to Riverside to see you.
I mean, so it's a little bit different now. It's just, I do kind of miss the live thing because I would, if something went wrong, like there would be interaction throughout that video. You could kind of see that stuff playing out. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's just, local racing is a tricky sell right now anyway.
It is.
It's tough.
Obviously.
It's tough for everybody.
Our Saturday night showed that.
So, it's just tough everywhere right now. So.
And a lot of people probably seen the weather. It's been so hot this week. Yeah. Last week that nobody. I didn't want to go outside, much less work on a race car or load one up.
Well, on that front straightaway side there, the sun, it stays baking those front straightaway bleachers for a very long time. Farmington had the same issue. It was like 7:30, and it was getting cool where we were. We were like right on the tree line. The whole front straightaway grandstand was still sunlight. There's people baking in the sun over there. Still 7:30. So like that's a tricky part. What track you go to, how they set up. Like Lucas Oil, when the sun sets, the front straightaway bleachers are just totally shaded. It'd be 6:30 and they're already in the shade because of the way they got the place set up. And so I think, if people build tracks in the future, that's something to
move the front straightaway to the shady side.
Yeah, like
front straight's on west side only.
Something to think about, like where is this sun going to set, and things like that.
Full blown Phoenix International Raceway just changed the whole place.
Yeah, I changed the whole.
Yeah, that's 1 and 2 now. This is 3 and 4. Flagman's over here.
Clayton, get to work. You got a lot of work to do. You got to move everything around. It's just.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
The weather plays a huge factor. There was even rain around in the area on Saturday.
It rained on us all the way to the track.
Yeah, and so that definitely, because people they think if it rains at their house, it's got to be raining at the racetrack most of the time. They won't leave the house if it's raining at their house. And so that plays a big factor as well. You need the weather to be perfect. You know, you don't need to be 100. You don't need rain. Like all those things kind of just stacked up.
I mean, I'm sitting here, we're complaining about the fans not coming, but even I literally showed up at feature time. But I still showed up at feature time.
Well, it's okay to show up at feature time. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know what I mean? Like,
You came, and that's the thing. Even though we won't talk about how you told me on the phone 4 times you didn't even want to go, but
I didn't want to go, but it was mainly because of that. I was like, dang, man, I just don't want to get out in heat. I just don't care. You work out in it all week. You're like, man, I'm just sick of it.
see, I work out in it all week, and it don't even bother me by the weekend.
It does me. I'm give out. I'm tired. I'm sick of it. And then I go in a sauna today.
The week's like practice for the weekend for me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I showed up for feature time, and I was there for quite some time. I still got to hang out, see everybody.
That's where I kind of get a little tricky for me is the drivers. We show up no matter how hot it is to potentially put on a show for people that want to come over there, but then the people won't come over there to support us. Like we're both in the same heat. Dillon's got 3 cars. He's racing
He's over here more miserable than any of us.
in a fire suit, and he shows up, you know, to race and to put on a show, but then they don't come to support us back. I do
Key
have,
takeaway: just show up at feature.
I always say, let the sun go down. It feels all right. You know,
it was nice.
7:30.
Yeah, when I showed up, it was fine. I mean, it was still hot, but it was fine.
When the sun goes down, like it's not bad out there. So you don't have to show up at hot laps. You know, you can let it cool off a little bit and come over there.
I even told McCarver when we were up in that flagstaff, man, them cars get rolling. It does feel hot up here, but as soon as they stop, man, it does get kind of warm in here. And he's like, I know. Yeah. And next time I had to borrow his sunglasses. He had 2 pair of glasses up there. I said, can I borrow one of them things? I had to put his sunglasses on because I was getting pelted with dust. I couldn't even see.
No, my space right here where I'd open the shield up was just solid dirt when I got out of the car because I tried to get some air because I'm getting out 3 cars.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Fans, we're coming to sweat our asses off. Y'all can come over there about 8 o'clock. You'll get to see at least half the heat races. You'll see all the features, and you'll feel just fine over there.
Yeah, I won't be mad at you if you show up later. I really won't. I don't.
Yeah, as long as the feature time, we got a packed grandstand. That's all we really care about. Really.
Yeah, that's it.
If I could show up and race it and like start hot lapping and race the feature all within 1 hour and go home early, I'd be happy.
I was wondering if we could talk Clayton into giving a discount if you show up feature time.
No, he'll probably give you a discount if you show up at 3 o'clock. Well, Dillon, what you got? What do you have coming up? Where are you racing this weekend, or upcoming races you're excited about?
We'll probably be back at Riverside this weekend. I've got to do some changing on the late model. We noticed that the frame rail slamming on the ground on the right front, which still worked, but we're going to try to raise the front end up some, and because nose was digging in, and if it track's hooked up, the car's going to probably push. It's going to slam on the ground and dig in the ground. So we got a few things to change there and build bodies, but we'll be back over there this weekend.
How many classes you gonna run this weekend?
I don't know if mods run. If they're all running, we'll have all 3 cars there again this weekend.
Man,
as long as I can keep tires under. I had some old wore out tires I got from Jesse Bailey that raced 15 years ago on the car, and the left rear's dry rot and chunking out. So I'm gonna have to find some more tires.
And you're the one cheating.
Yeah.
Hang that one on the wall of the shop.
Yeah. Did you want to say something? I thought you was going to ask.
I was just saying, discount at 3 o'clock would be nice.
This what?
Yeah, discount at 3 o'clock would be
nice.
nice.
Okay, I didn't know what.
Considering I was there at 3
o'clock. Yeah, Will shows up at 3. Yeah, he texts us in the group chat. He's like, I'm here, and it was 3:30. I'm like, what in the world are you doing at 3:30?
Even he walked out of the trailer, he was soaking wet. Like his whole shirt was soaked.
Yeah.
Like he just got out of the bathtub.
You should have seen him last night. We were over at some friends' houses. He cut his pants up. He had blue jeans on. He cut them up to here. He was fixing to cut his sleeves off.
I was saying, did he bring the nipples back out?
He didn't do it last night.
We'll save that for another podcast.
We did tell him if he put that shirt on with them pants, it'd be a really good Tinder profile picture. So ladies, we'll get that picture for you.
Have you decided you racing this weekend?
Yeah, I think we've decided today we're going to go run with the Outlaws. We're going to go be some wannabes and go try to be some outlaws. You know, hopefully we can finish a race.
We're going to get him in the feature. I
confident we get in the feature. But man, it would just be nice to complete a race at this point. We've had crap go wrong this year. Outlaw race we went to the Magnolia. We had a good car that night. Blew a tire. Then we see what happened after that. We flipped at Riverside, running 6th.
Yep.
And then what was that? Batesville.
Had a rain out, throttle hung.
Blew the motor up.
Yeah, the motor blowed up. So it's been a wonderful 2025. Bo's mama fussed at me for talking about iRacing. I've had a really good year on iRacing. So I won't talk about it because I don't want Miss Phillips
All
mad
you're
at
doing
me.
is just playing video
You're
games.
just playing video games. I didn't tune in.
Playing video games.
I didn't tune in to the first thing I hear is talking about video games. So I won't talk about iRacing no more, I guess. But I did win my league race Friday night, so that was kind of fun. But we thank y'all for tuning in. I guess it's.
Well, I might be racing this weekend too.
Are you?
Maybe.
No, you're not. You said you was.
Maybe.
You did
I
tell
might.
us you had 2 weeks off in the
I know,
podcast
but I
earlier.
might have a chance.
Well, tell us what you got.
Or we might stay home and have a yard sale. Yeah, so I got to talk to Kim.
A yard sale?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
We got to get rid of stuff. We got a baby coming in and stuff. So I don't know. I've been racing a lot. I could probably go race this weekend. Should I go race this weekend? I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about it.
TBD.
Yeah, I'm still thinking
You're
about it.
waiting to hear if you get
We'll put a poll.
That-
green light.
That or a yard sale.
Yeah.
That or a yard
We'll put a
sale.
poll
Yeah,
up.
we'll put a poll.
I guarantee you what won't be out there is some racing T-shirts. You gonna get rid of any of those?
I don't have none left.
You don't have none left. What do you mean you don't have none left?
I mean, like, racing T-shirts like
Yeah.
I have. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't really know. I really don't keep shirts.
You don't keep them, dude. I've kept every one I've ever had, except I think, and Kim will deny it to this day. I swear she got my Jimmy Johnson shirt from like 2006. I looked and looked and looked at that thing. I loved that shirt, and just one day it was gone. So I still think she got it.
No, nobody want to hear about your family drama on this podcast.
I don't know. It's pretty entertaining, I guess. I miss my T-shirts. I really want them back. So if you got them out there, I really want my shirts back. But all right, we good? Oh, where are you racing this weekend?
Like and
I'm
subscribe.
racing with the World Outlaws,
You're racing
baby.
Outlaws?
We're gonna. I'm mechanicking
I don't
again,
wanna miss
like
no-
always.
I don't want to miss nobody.
Like I said, we're gonna give you a feature car. We'll see what you can do with it.
Oh, yeah,
this
go to
weekend.
my YouTube channel, Brad_Bowden. We got like 26 subscribers. I like to get at least 50. So go.
Yeah,
ahead
get
and
this man subscribers up a little.
Subscribed. I'm pretty sure I did. I subscribed. I got too many to mention.
All right, cut this thing off. We'll go all night
I got
talking
you
about it.
mentioned this.
They'll be linked in the comments.
Yeah,
Anything you want to plug, Dillon?
Yeah.
Tag them in there.
Yes, we'll put all the links to everything in the end right here, so you can click on all the links. But we appreciate y'all listening. Subscribe, follow, comment, give us your opinions. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, leave in the comments below on the YouTube page.
Hey, and let us know if you were at Riverside. If you're there any weekend, let us know you're there. We'll try to give you a little shout out.
Y'all want Dillon to get a babysitter so Beth can get back up in the Let us know.
Do a poll. Do a poll. Should we bring back the night vision? Yeah, put a poll up. All right, thank y'all. Appreciate it.